Hello, my name is Spencer Cassidy. This is my video submission for the week 3 and 4 homework of the backend coding bootcamp. I'm just going to be going through this homework to show you the answers for all of my answers for the homework. So first off, we have an instantiation of an integer array. These are all the integers asked to put in, and this is the difference between the first one and the last one. And then we can see down here, we can see that it is -90. And if we add another one, we see that it works, and it is something totally different. And following that, we use a new variable, a new for loop to calculate the average number in that set, or in that array of integers. And then we had another array of strings and all those names, and we had to do the same thing. We had to find the average number of letters in each of those strings. So again, made a new variable, ran another for loop, made another variable to divide the sum by the length, and then printed it to the console, which looks like it's 3.83333335. Next up, we had to print all those names to the console with just a space in between. So we ran another for loop and then printed them out one at a time with a space. And then number 5, we made another array that was just made up of all of the links of all of the strings in this array up here that we had already made. Following that, we had I made another variable called the sum of the lengths, which is just the sum of all of the lengths in the previous string array, and that ended up being 23 down here. And this right here is just another space that I added so that it would go to the next line, because my previous print out didn't have a next line command in the command. And then next up we have, so here are all my methods down here, and this right here is going to be what it returns. And I did a lot of for loops. For number 7, it's going to be taking in a string and integer, and whatever you put in, whatever string you put in and whatever number you put in, that's how many times it's going to print out to the console. So I put in the word Italy and the number 4, and that is how many times it printed to the console. So I can change that to 5, run it, it'll come out 5 times. And then next, concat full name Larry Bird. Change it to Larry Johnson. Works just the same. Next up, we have to check the sum of the baseballs to see if it's, I believe, more or less than 100, something like that. And and all of these came out being correct. So I will just go down here to show the concat full name, checking the sum, return true if the sum is greater than 100, else return false here. And then average the numbers. So this is averaging the numbers in a set array. Following that, check the averages. If one average is greater than the other, return true. If not, return false. That is all this. And then if it's hot outside and you've got enough money, it's going to return true and you will buy, or else return false. And then down here, the method I created was the quorum of a meeting for any sort of organization. If the list of people is longer than 70% of the number of members, then it's going to return true and you can continue, or else it's going to return false and you cannot continue with the meeting. Thanks.